D-Day was the largest naval, air and land operation in the history of warfare. It kicked off Allied operations which would liberate Western Europe, defeat Nazi Germany and end the Second World War. In November 1943, at the Tehran Conference in Iran, Allied leaders Churchill, Roosevelt and Stalin decided to organize a vast operation to create a second front in Europe, this time in the West. Codenamed Operation Overlord, the aim was to weaken and eventually defeat Nazi Germany. On the continent, including in France, many people suffering under the Nazis were looking forward to a major Allied operation. The Soviets, too, were paying a heavy price fighting Hitler's troops in the East. A command team, led by the American General Eisenhower, was formed. Normandy was chosen for its long, wide beaches and two deep water ports, Le Havre and Cherbourg. It was also easily in range of fighter aircraft based in Great Britain, and German defences were weaker in Normandy than in the northeast of France. The Allies tried to create an element of surprise by making the Germans think the invasion would take place in the northeast of France or even in Norway. They invented ghost units, used double agents, and spread false information.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force, you are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you.
During this time, the real D-Day was being planned in secrecy. On June 6, 1944, an armada of 6,939 vessels crossed the English Channel to Normandy. 11,590 aircraft were in the skies. Within hours, 156,000 Allied soldiers, the majority American, British and Canadian, as well as a handful of French troops, landed by sea and air between the eastern coast of the Cotentin Peninsula and Eastern. The losses were significant, but fewer than feared. 10,000 Allied soldiers were killed or injured on D-Day. It had been expected that 25,000 could be lost. Some 3,000 French civilians were killed during the bombings. D-Day was a success. The Allies broke through Hitler's Atlantic wall of coastal fortifications and defences. But the road to liberation was still long. D-Day marked the start of the Battle of Normandy, which lasted for 3 months.